You're exhausted, and not the kind of exhausted that sleep fixes. You wake up, and before you even open your eyes, there's already a weight sitting on your chest. You don't know where it came from, you can't name it, you just feel heavy, like you're failing at something, but you can't figure out what. And the worst part, you look at your life from the outside and it looks fine, maybe even good. So why do you feel like this? Why does the sadness show up without an invitation? Here's what no one tells you. That feeling has a name, and it's been quietly destroying you for years. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. When was the last time you made a mistake, even a small one, and didn't spend the next 3 hours replaying it? When was the last time you looked in the mirror and your first thought wasn't a criticism? When was the last time you rested without calling yourself lazy? If you're struggling to remember, that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. And that pattern is a form of self-violence most people never even recognize. You have become your own worst enemy, and you did it so slowly, so quietly, that it started to feel normal. Now here's the belief you need to challenge right now. Most people think that being hard on yourself makes you better. They think self-criticism is discipline. They think that inner voice telling you you're not enough, you're not doing enough, you're falling behind. They think that voice is keeping them sharp. It's not. That voice is keeping you broken. Carl Jung, one of the most brilliant minds in the history of psychology, said something that should stop you cold. He said the most terrifying thing is to truly accept oneself. Not fix yourself, not improve yourself. Accept yourself. Because Jung understood something modern culture refuses to teach us. The parts of yourself you keep rejecting don't disappear. They go underground. They become what he called the shadow, the buried, suppressed version of you that leaks out as anxiety, as numbness, as that sadness with no name you feel on a random Tuesday afternoon. You didn't develop a mental health problem. You developed a relationship with yourself that was never safe. Here's the psychological root of it. When you were young, love felt conditional. Maybe no one said it directly, but somewhere, somehow, you learned that approval was earned, that worth was performance, that if you weren't achieving, producing, excelling, you were at risk of being unloved, dismissed, forgotten. So your nervous system adapted. It built an internal critic to keep you in line, to push you before someone else could push you, to reject yourself before the world could do it first. That inner voice that beats you up, it was never your enemy. It was a child trying to survive. But you're not a child anymore, and what once protected you is now suffocating you. Here's the illusion I need you to see through. You believe that if you stop being hard on yourself, you'll fall apart. You believe that self-compassion is softness, that gentleness equals weakness, that if you stop the inner pressure, you'll become someone who gives up. That is not strength. That is fear wearing the mask of discipline. Research from Dr. Kristen Neff, the leading scientist on self-compassion at the University of Texas, shows the exact opposite is true. People who practice self-compassion are more motivated, more resilient, and more emotionally stable than people who rely on self-criticism. Not less, more. The cruelest lie you were ever told is that you need to suffer to grow. So what do you do instead? How do you actually change this? The first shift is this. Treat yourself like you would treat someone you love. When your best friend fails, you don't call them worthless. You don't replay their mistake for hours. You tell them it's okay, and you help them move forward. You deserve that same voice. Start practicing it, even when it feels fake. The second shift, stop confusing feelings with facts. That sadness, that vague heaviness you feel, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. Emotions are information, not verdicts. Your body is processing something. Let it. Don't add shame on top of it. The third shift, name the inner critic. Give it a character. Separate it from your identity. When that voice starts telling you you're a failure, say, "There goes the critic again." You are not that voice. You are the one who can hear it. That distance is freedom. The fourth shift, rest is not a reward you earn. Rest is a biological necessity. Every time you deny yourself rest until you deserve it, you are reinforcing the belief that your worth is your output. Your worth is not your output. You exist beyond what you produce. The fifth shift: find what you're actually feeling underneath the self-criticism. Because most of the time, being hard on yourself is a way to avoid sitting with something harder: grief, loneliness, fear of being truly seen. The criticism keeps you busy. Go deeper. Ask, what am I actually afraid of right now? Here's what I want to leave you with. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not a project that needs to be fixed before you're worthy of peace. You are a human being who learned to turn against yourself to survive. And you can unlearn it. Not perfectly, not all at once, but one moment of self-compassion at a time. The version of you that is gentle with yourself, that rests without guilt, that makes mistakes and keeps going. That version isn't weaker. That version is finally free. Stop waiting until you're better to be kind to yourself. Kindness is how you get better. Now, I want to hear from you. What does your inner critic say to you most often? Write it in the comments. Not because I want you to dwell on it, but because naming it out loud is the first step to taking its power away. And if this video cracked something open for you, if something shifted, subscribe, because this channel exists for exactly this, to help you understand the psychology behind why you feel the way you do, and to give you the tools to change it. The work starts now.